Hello, everyone. This is not Preston Polter. Right. So, this is episode 3. Wait a second. Let me have a bit of neck oil. Bringing in Canales. Right. Here we are. Hello, Canales. Hello, Ibai. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. I just relocated temporarily to Alicante in the Mediterranean coast for the summer, so you'll probably be able to see my art with under a much better light, so to speak.
It's amazing lighting. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice and crisp, no flickering. And this is all because of why? Because of the natural lighting of the outside, or why the light
I,
changes so dramatically?
I don't know. I have a different desk lamp here. It's set at a different angle, and also the walls are extremely light blue, so probably the light bounces off better.
Yep, that pretty much answers it, man. Better lighting and blue walls. That is it. Let's just gonna screen share here something. Give me a second here. Okay, so today we got. Oh, wait a second. I have to bring the script. Give me a second. So, what we usually do here on Fridays, as we've been trying to do for a couple of weeks, is we go through the beginning of kind of designing our book when gnomes attack, and obviously we have to start with the characters. So we are going through a list of characters. We've done 2 already. The eponymous gnomes, one example of it. And last week we went to the main character called Claudia. And today we're going to go to her partner called Mark. So now I'm going to start sharing the screen. And we can actually see a caption here. There we go. Right. So I also have some photo reference today to help out with this. So just a recap: when gnomes attack is a project that I have in mind. Wrote a bit of the script already, and eBay is helping me out developing it. And the story centers around a group of very cosmopolitan characters, and they're all a little bit annoying, a little bit over the top. And in one particular night, they're gonna get a house invasion from some garden gnomes, and also they're unlucky enough to have a curse fall upon them and fall upon the house, which makes everything in the house turn against them, turn against the house guests and the house owners. So it's a night of knives out, where this small group of characters will have to fight for their lives until the break of day. So today we have Mark. Now, Ibai, as a reference here, I have. Did you ever watch a show which started off at a different cable channel, but then it got bought by Netflix? It's called You. Did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah, it's the one about the crazy stalker guy, right?
Yes. Now, I mean, anyone not having watched that, I do suggest, I do insist actually that you at least watch the first season. I'm actually halfway through the second one, and the second one is a little bit more ambivalent, but the first one is, I mean, the lingo, it's on the dot. It's perfect as a criticism of the sort of liberal community that you would find in New York, in certain places of New York, in Manhattan, particularly in the Village and all that. I mean, this is perfect. I mean, it's a perfect construction of these kind of people. And so you have not watched it, have you?
No, I can say I have. I'm more into robots and chainsaws and shit. The last time I watched on Netflix was Frontier with Jason Momoa. How's that?
I agree with you perfectly there, but this one you gotta watch. I mean, the moment you watch, you're gonna be hooked. It's really funny. It's really good, and fair enough. You might not have patience to see it all the way to the end, but I think it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Is a nice little idea. It's based on the book, and there's this the series begins with a very annoying character, and this guy is exactly the sort of profile that I have in mind for our own character, Mark. um I mean, actually he's an entrepreneur in the series, and he's also into doing these kind of drinks, these concussions, and then selling them. But back to the character sheet here. So Mark is a 32-year-old guy. So again, he's a guy in his 30s. He's blonde. I call him a soy boy style curl. Not really sure what is that. Lead soy boy style curl on his hair, right at the top of his mop. As a startup is doing organic, gluten-free, vegan, sugar-free, soy-based smoothies, and he's completely whipped by Claudia. Claudia, as we designer sketcher last week. She's his partner, his wife, kind of wife slash girlfriend. And wouldn't you know, Mark is a great fan of fandom. There you go. Got your work cut out for you, man. So that's the description as it is on the character sheet that I've sent to Canales a while ago. And here we have some photos of this character in which is called Benji. Now, Benji is is pretty much what I'm imagining Mark to be. What do you think?
Yeah, that
It's kind of a skinny
yeah,
guy.
yes, he's kind of hateful and repulsive with that
He's very
overcome.
annoying.
Yeah, yeah, I dislike him. I don't know him. I only seen one picture of him, and I already dislike his ass.
I gotta tell you. So behind this is the stalker that Canales was referring himself to. Now, again, this is not a plug for this show, but just for anyone not having seen it, this guy, the main character, is a very charming guy, and obviously, as any other serial killer, he manages to get under people's skins before effectively killing them. Now, calling him a serial killer is actually the service to serial killers. What he is a complete sociopath, obviously, and he's got one finality, which is to get into the pants of this girl here, Bex. She's very cute, actually. This actress, she reminds me of Brigitte Fonda, James Fonda daughter, and this guy, the character here in this series called Benji, is the first hurdle that he has to kind of get rid of, because he's her boyfriend, and obviously he's going to be easy to get rid of because he's got an allergy to peanuts. that's and that's how he disposes of him. He goes out to get him his macchiato, iced coffee, bullshit soy crap from from a local barista coffee shop, and obviously he makes the mistake, in inverted commas, of putting a little bit of peanut butter or pistachio shells, whatever it is, and obviously giving him a hell of an attack, and Benji eventually dies. So that this is perfect for our Mark. It's exactly that, a Scandinavian look, skinny brat from middle class New York, and wannabe yuppie. So you think you're up to the task?
I certainly think I am. Hatred always brings out the best and the worst in me. So I feel really inspired to illustrate this guy.
Well, there you go. You got your man, and I'm going to give you full screen. There
Cool.
you go. As before, I'm completely secondary to this process. Just really at the idea of getting all these characters in this house together. and I'm leaving it all to the very competent hands of Ibai. And at the same time, we can speak about other topics, um, weekly topics, if it's not too distracting for Ibai, or it might even inspire him. Actually, you as a second season now, and in the second season, there's a guy there, another character that he meets. This the first season is set in New York, as I mentioned. In the second season, sorry, he travels to LA. So the second season is set in LA. And there's a guy there that he meets, which I initially thought he was playing himself. He's a stand-up comedian, and I can't remember his name, but he's actually a guy that he meets there. He's a famous actor. He goes to his house, and then he finds out he's being ropey with teenagers. He's got a like a basement room where he takes these teenagers, these girls, underage girls, and takes lewd photos of them and all that, and spices their drinks. And doesn't kill them or anything like that, but he has his way a little bit. It's kind of voyeur kind of guy. So obviously, our serial killer, the main character in you, decides to dispatch him. Again, accidentally, as all the kills in this series, they're all very bit clumsy and accidental. But he always gets away with it. And that's the great thing about it, is to see him getting away with it. That's what is the fun. Um, Funny enough, this guy, the same actor that is portraying that part in that particular series, has just been accused precisely of that, of
Oh,
underage molestation. Again, I don't remember the name of this guy. I've seen his stand-up act a couple of times. He's okay. I mean, he's an up-and-coming comedian. He's not a huge name, but he's enough that Americans will recognize him, especially the guys on the West Coast. I'm pretty sure he's a West Coast guy only. But maybe you heard of him, maybe you've seen him before. I don't know, but funny enough, he's just fell into the. This is not even the Me Too trap. This is beyond that. And again, I don't know if it is life imitating art or art imitating life, because that's exactly what his character was doing in the series. And I'm thinking, shit, man, if this is true, that guy was playing himself more than what first kind of shows, because he's playing a guy that he's an actor, he's a comedian in the series, and then he's playing a guy that is that, and also molests teenagers. And then in real life, he also does it. I'm like, oh man, Jesus Christ! There's no end to this crap, is it?
to be honest, I think you can go. If you say that description about pretty much anyone in Hollywood, you will be telling the truth.
Yeah, I mean, so this week, the Madame of the Bourgeois of Jeffrey Epstein just got
Oh,
arrested,
yeah, yeah, that is correct.
and they're closing in the gap between them, well, I think it's the CIA by now is involved, isn't it? And one of these princes here in the UK, Prince Andrew, which
Oh
was
yeah.
one of the customers. And I was just thinking to myself, yes, please. I mean, come on, and everything has already been set up. Yeah, I mean, by George Soros, my arch nemesis, for anyone not knowing. So whatever is going to happen has already happened. But nonetheless, whatever the dice might fall, I would say that I think it's about time that they put one of these kings and queens behind bars. These bullshit Mickey Mouse crap with monarchies. Apart from the king of Spain, I think Spain should have a king. All the other, maybe Holland, maybe Holland is fine. But everywhere else, yeah.
I think King should have a king, and I think I should be it. I
So what
tell
would
I
you?
tell Canales the third, the beautiful, or Canales the third, the wise.
You would be the third one. Are you the third one in your lineage?
But yeah, of course, because my grandfather was Canales the first, the great,
Hmm.
who used to defeat his sexual rivals, the guys he would compete to win the favors of the ladies. He would beat them up real bad, like Bullet to Tony in Snatch, like crushing their heads with a door car, stuff like that. That was my grandfather. And my dad is really Canales the second, the strong, and I'm Canales the third, the beautiful.
Hmm. And did your dad follow on the steps of your grandfather? Did he also took care of the guys that were competition?
Well, he was a professional kickboxer, so I never really
Yes.
felt interested on his sexual life. You can believe that, but I'm pretty sure there was something to that at some point in his life. Knowing him, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So tell me again that gym you frequent in New York. That's that. Who runs that? That's that's your dad that runs that. Who runs it? The
The
gyms.
one in New York, you mean?
Yeah, the gym slash boxing alley or whatever
Oh
you
yeah,
call it now.
no, that's Gleason's gym. That's a gym. That's a really famous gym in New York that my parents and I travel to once a year. Of course, I don't think we'll be able to this year because the world ended, people became crazy and all that. But no, that's just a place in New York that we like to go to because we went there first as a curiosity, and over the years we made friends there and they know us. So yeah, it's the place
Oh,
that we
right.
like.
Okay, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought you guys had a stake in the place. Yeah.
Oh no, I wish. Nah, not that much. We're cool, but not that cool.
Hey, maybe one day you can afford it.
Yeah, well, hey, a man can
Pretty
always
soon.
dream.
What does it cost to have a partnership in a gym like that? Speculating.
Well, that would be cool, and that would mean I could move to the US whenever I wanted, which is always a good thing to know.
Hmm. Now, while you do that, I just gonna just say we should have a guest coming in soon. I actually
Oh,
been trying exceptionally. These streams are really just for us to crack on this, and obviously always accepting any comments on the chat or by any other way or means. The phone is right here. You can always give us a call, and anyone with suggestions for how the characters could look, we can always add a little bit some different features, or later on with suggestions for the actual story. So part of that, anyone is welcome and invited to come over with those things. We like to keep these streams for ourselves, but I'm just kind of blabbing here because I'm trying to send this guy a little message. But I've tried to fit this guy in on one of my streams during the week, but I never did one. I never had a chance to do one. I've been promising him to bring him here as a guest for him to show off his book that he's got on at the moment, and talk with us just for a little bit, just to chill. But let me just send him a message here because he's convinced I'm inviting him at 2 a.m. Give me a second. So let me just say, no, it's not 2 a.m. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. This is a problem
comic
with
book
doing.
people keep real odd hours, don't we?
I know that's the thing I wanted to talk about. I mean, it's very difficult for us to keep pace with the Americans. I try to do streams with the Americans, but you know what? There's a lot of guys here in UK now, up and coming guys, and they, a few of them. I think you've been on a couple of streams of here, a few UK guys,
Okay.
and they're doing okay with managing to do. I noticed in their tweets and all that, and on group chats and all that, they're having quite a few streams going on with all over the place. But they're like in the middle of the night, 2:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, even 11 o'clock is too late for me. And I'm like wondering, if these guys do any work? How can they be up the next day? I mean, fair enough. I got the shortest end of the stick because I have to be up at dawn. So I have two choices. Either I go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which I can't. I mean, can you sleep in the afternoon? I find it very
Uh,
difficult.
yeah, I usually can. If I've had a bad night and I really need to, yeah, I can. I really don't like to. I really like to sleep, my 7, 8 hours and just get up and work.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting old, so I'm kind of getting starting to sleep anywhere I actually sit. I sit in a place I fall asleep. Um, so it's getting difficult, but I really like to be a part of and participate and even do my own streams and invite some chaps in US. I really like to talk to them and hang out with them, just if it is even just for chilling, and while they draw or whatever. But how can we do it? It's in the middle of the night. It's so difficult. It's almost impossible. So right now I have the inverse situation here, where I have this guest here thinking that it's 2:30 in the morning for him when he's actually now. So I'm gonna send him a message now. I'm not sure where he is, which side of the US he is, because then again they got about three time zones there, isn't it? The East Coast, the
Yep.
Pacific Coast, and the Central Time. Isn't the Central Time the same as the Pacific Coast?
Shit, I have no idea. I do know that the guys on the East Coast are 6 hours behind us. Well, 7 hours behind
Yes,
you, I
yes.
think.
6 hours behind me. I think 7 hours behind you because you're 1 hour ahead right now. You're 9:30 right now there, right?
9:40 actually.
Yeah, 9:40. Yeah, and here is British summertime is 8:40, so it should be 6 hours away the East Coast, which means that the Pacific Coast is 8 hours away, which kind of would mean that as another as a seventh hour there in the middle. So that will be the Central Time. So let me just send the message to this guy. And I'm sending him the link to come and join us.
Cool, the more the merrier.
Yeah, it's bad because as much as I like to be proactive in these streams, after all, I'm trying to host. This is the end of a 6 days week for me. every week, it's a 6 days week, and
Consider
uh,
yourself lucky because you do have weekends. I don't. I work 7 days a week.
well, I used to do that, and that's why we're getting old. I had to quit on doing that. So 5 years ago, I think the biggest change of my life from 7 days, I changed to six. So
What
ins- instead of working 7 straight days, I now only work 6 straight days. So, but yeah, I mean, but hey, you got the advantage. You're working from home mostly.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. So how are the pencils looking, guys? Give me your best shot.
All right, so let's have a look. Mm. Are you going to give him any facial hair?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it has like really wispy, annoying facial hair.
Oh yeah, like that sort of. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Like this sort of 3 days kind of stub, isn't it? And just
Yeah,
and groomed as well, isn't it? Like he cuts all
yeah,
around.
yeah. It's the I'm too lazy to shave look,
Mm-hmm. So,
which is popular. It's popular amongst the soy boys, as well as the. I look like a weird progeria-ridden child, so maybe if I grow
mhm,
a beard, I will look like a man somehow.
mhm. So obviously we got a guy here that looks at what he eats. So he doesn't indulge in too many fats, unless when Claude is not looking, then he might have his burger. So he's all pro. He's careful with his carbs, but also obviously he's gonna have his falafels and his hummus and all that crap. He's gonna have his smoothies. Obviously, he's worried about vegetables, vitamin C's. He's a pale bastard. If we ever put any collars on him, just for show. Um, well, Claudia goes to the gym, So I would say this guy will probably join her once in a while, but he kind of fudges his work on the gym. He just does a bit of cardiovascular exercise and never
Yeah,
pulls any weights.
this is the kind of guy who walks 45 minutes on a treadmill.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably that. Yeah, and yeah, yeah. It's I mean, it's perfectly fine if he's a bit emaciated. He's not much of a man, but he's completely controlled by Claudia. He's gonna try his best, though. I gotta say, I'm giving him plenty of well, we wouldn't call it screen time. We'll call it page time. We're gonna give him enough panels for him to try and shine as best as he can. But he's mostly he's obviously he's protective of his woman. He likes to help her out because if he doesn't, well, he's gonna be punished, isn't he? I don't
He's
know
gonna
in
be
which ways,
pegged,
but
gonna be pegged hard.
yes, definitely there is action uh, in that respect, in that regard. There's definitely action there regarding that. Don't also forget that he does. He's creating a company, or try to create a company from scratch that involves creating these macrobiotic drinks made of vegetables and fruits, and you will give his guests a taste of what he's been cooking up in the kitchen, and his guests will find it disgusting. So,
As he is.
now I'm gonna try and keep Canales here in a way that we can see him well while adding our other guest here.
What is up?
Hello, sir. Are you okay?
Hey, what? Wait, what was that?
Are you okay?
Am I okay?
How are
Yeah,
you?
because you look like a pirate.
Well,
Well,
that's his Halloween costume.
Oh, okay.
it's it's all a part of the Outlaw Nights.
Mm-hmm. Tell me
Oh, okay.
when was that Jack Sparrow thing? Was that last year? Was this Halloween that you dressed up like that, or?
Oh no, it's been a few years, but that's pretty much my only Halloween costume. So
Oh, you take it out of the closet every year then?
I didn't the last couple years. The last couple years, I sat it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't want
Okay.
to.
Right. So I got Ben here finally. Ben, I love your surname, man. Fusilier. That's a cool name, Canales, isn't it? Fusilier.
It's amazing. I'm not sure what it means though. It's like a guy holding a long gun in the army
Yeah,
or what?
those are the long guns, isn't it? The Fusiliers, or was it a regiment, a kind of regiment back in the days? Well, what is a Fusilier? I forget. Well, it's obviously a French word, isn't it?
It's like a
Yeah,
rifle.
I think it is a rifle.
Is it the name of the actual rifle?
I think so.
You might be right. I don't know. I thought it was the name of the infantryman that carries that rifle. That's what I thought it was. I just don't remember what is the actual name of the rifle. But you might be right. It might be the actual name of the rifle. I mean, you're the expert on it.
I
So
don't.
whatever you say goes.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know jack about that.
All right. Well, man, welcome to the Gnomes Attack live stream. Here is I was planning on bringing Ben any other time of the week. Unfortunately, our times have crossed over. I couldn't get him. I couldn't get him here on time, and I was too tired to do this earlier as well. So you had to kind of party crash today on this one. This is a stream that we have every Friday. Spread the word around. Yeah, every Friday on this channel we have this kind of we have this stream where we go over the design of our characters, and then eventually
wow.
we'll actually do the some pages of the book or most of the pages of the book live here, as much as Canales is available. Bible because he's the one doing the lines in this project that I have going. Project is
Damn.
called When Gnomes Attack, and it's about this. It's a horror story. It's kind of horror slash comedy story. These people being hacked to pieces by furniture and pizza cutters and
Oh
gnomes.
damn.
Gnomes control everything.
Oh wow.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be total mayhem. It's gonna be R rated, full R rated.
You will wonder who's more horrifying, the evil living statuesque gnomes or the horrifying SJWs that are murdering.
Yes, there is a particularity to this book. Our cast
Yes.
of characters are the most obnoxious band of liberals, and we're not being coy about it. We're not kind of describing that. We're not kind of describing those mannerisms, those attitudes in between the lines. Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to spell it out really loud. We're going to show it. And we're going to make them pay for it.
I love
So
it.
this is a slaughter, a complete slaughter, literal and figuratively. It's horrible. It's going to be total massacre.
And it's funny, like right when
And
you were
it's gonna be
saying
fun.
that, I started to see Canales forming the soy boy look.
Yes,
Oh my!
that's what we're working here on that. That's Mark, by the way. Mark, this is Ben. You don't want to speak to him. This guy, 5 minutes in, you'll be completely tired of what these guys say.
He's waving at you with his
Yeah,
bloody
you see?
and hello, hello.
So this process is quite interesting, yeah, because and here you can see that live. I mean, I don't know how many guys do this from scratch on YouTube, but our idea was that coming here, and I show pages of the script, I show characters, references, and then Canales is his thing. Everybody starts drawing, and what comes out comes out. It's kind of a melting pot. And um, we actually try to we invite anyone to come on the chat and just add bits and pieces to the characters if they want to. So it's a great thing. Hey man, let me see your campaign again. I'm actually going to back your campaign today. I'm gonna do
Oh
that
hell!
live.
Oh hell yes! Hell
Do that
yes!
live here because everybody else complains that, oh, this guy never supports the community. I'm gonna support the community right here, right now. I'm gonna do it live.
Oh wow! I never said that.
No, not you. Gonna go here. Hey, I always like this. Hey, eBay, do you know Ben's book here, Outlaw Nights? I love that title, Outlaw Nights.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I've been seeing it pop up every now and then on Twitter.
Mhm. That's
Hell
great.
yeah!
Yeah, man.
Let me go back to screen share.
I really like the title. I like titles that have knights in it for some reason. I don't know.
It is. It does. It gives you that aesthetic, Oh, I think that's
Yeah.
the first campaign
It
that
is
we
the first
did.
one, isn't it? It is the first one. That's what I was looking at. I was looking like, wait a second, this is wrong because you're not at that number of backers. There you go. That's
There
better,
we
isn't it?
go. Yes.
125 back. Tell me, man. So that was a big push, wasn't it? And it was even before he closed. So what was that sudden leap? What was it due to? Was it the guys came in and did a few plugs? How somebody helped out? How did it work?
It
I'm curious.
actually it mostly started when I went on a graded 0.5 stream about a week and a half ago, I believe. And we noticed that we still had a little under $2,000 to go, and it was like 1 week left, and so everybody just started doing a hard push. Like everybody started sharing it out, and it happened within like 2 days, and my mind was blown.
That's the best part of Comicsgate. Even though I cringe whenever someone says that it's a community. It's really nice to see people like help out each other and all that. You know, that's what I really like about comics.
Absolutely. Like that was what first attracted me to the whole movement, was the idea of like it's a grassroots movement. Everybody kind of everybody kind of helps each other out. If somebody's lagging, everybody goes to support them. Like that's the way it should be,
Yeah, I'm opening the pictures that I like the most, because this is what I dig about this book is got some really nice pages here.
Oh
Let
hell
me
yeah.
open up. Now, tell me one thing. The book is not all done, is it? You are needing these funds to complete work on the book. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how much of the book is done up to now?
We've got 9 pages fully completed.
Okay.
And Render is currently working on the 10th.
Right. Okay. And this is like those 10 pages are like consecutive pages in the book, or they're selected pages from different parts of the book?
They were mostly selected from different parts. There are a few that I believe we have like pages 1 and 2 like right off the bat and all that, but mostly we were just selecting parts that we thought would really draw in the backers.
Mm-hmm. Now you must be wondering why I'm focused here at the bottom of the picture on the field. It's because I dig all this. I mean, look at this here, by all these details here on the
Amazing.
ventilation here, the floor ventilation. Nice, yeah.
There is no reason. There is no reason why in a healthy industry this comic book wouldn't be selling tens of thousands of copies.
I know. Look at this. The texture, the
wow.
lighting, great lighting. I mean, and you got it. I heard you saying you got this colorist just off the bat. He was not your original colorist, wasn't it? He was a secondary choice. And look at that. Look how he spots the blacks there, and then he compensates with his. And I love this. This out of focus, whatever they call this technique here. But this here on the left side is a little bit more. A little bit more out of focus than the right side. That's very good.
Oh hell yeah!
It's sharper than that. It's very good.
Yeah, I couldn't be more thankful for the team I found. Like these guys are up and comers, and they deserve to get all the success.
Mm-hmm. You shared another page I liked very much, but I don't know if it is here though. You haven't added to the campaign. That was a really nice splash page.
You're talking about the one where they're all running towards the art gala building?
I think you'll probably be the follow-up of this page right here. Yeah, that's a cool one, man. I like that. They're going through this tunnel. The perspective is really nice. The color scheme, really nice.
Hell yeah, man.
So who's doing this? Who's doing the art here? Render Contender, is that right?
Yep. Render Contender. He is he's done work on John Malin's Graveyard Shift Volume 2, and he's also done work on RT Bear's Chrono Mechanics. And I totally lucked out when he agreed to do the comic. It was just everything clicked into place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at this, Ibai. Look at this. You see another nice example here of.
There is a nice thing. I can only dream of drawing that kind of backgrounds, because I have this problem by which I never know what the hell to put in the background. Some people seem to be. I'm not. I have to bust my nut to come up with some for the backgrounds.
Well, honestly, like when I wrote the script, I really didn't write too much detail into the backgrounds, like of what I wanted to see. I mostly just kind of gave it like, all right, we have a ship, we have a bridge. This guy's in the corner, he goes up to the bridge, blah blah blah. Like I didn't come up with all the specific things. That was totally Render.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry, but I'm writing a lot of background descriptions, man. You're screwed.
Damn it! Damn it!
All right, so let me have a look at it. Man, what do you think of all these artists that? Why do they use their own names? Well, I guess it's up to them, isn't it? Render container. Well, is this like a new thing in Vogue now? Is a new kind of a fashion? I
I think
mean,
it's
I
I think it's more out of fear, honestly. It's that they don't want, they don't want people prying into their business online, SJWs who might find
yeah,
this problematic.
I don't know, man. I think that's more of a. I think it's a bit of more of a problem there. What do you think, boy? We don't have that problem here in Europe, isn't it? We proudly call ourselves by our names.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck, but I've been openly told by my peers here in Spain that my opinions were giving me a bad image on the comic book sector, on the comic book industry, and I was like, nigga, I didn't even know we have a comic book industry.
Exactly. So here is not an industry, Here is a hobby, which some guys maybe make $5 out of it. They don't take that seriously here. No, like, it's never been an emergent industry here. They don't really care for it. The Franco-Belgian comics. They're the only ones that actually manufacture money. They're the only ones that use a sustainable kind of publication system. But that's the only one in Europe. Everywhere else, it just it's pretty much like it's one-offs. These companies, these publishers, they're very unsustainable. They have to diversify their portfolio with prose and non-fiction books. A lot
Yeah.
of times you'll find a comic book being published in certain places in Europe. A comic book being published by a non-comic book publisher. It just happens to be part of the menu, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there's only two or three major publishers in Europe, and they're all in France and Belgium. They
Oh,
apart from
wow.
that, it just doesn't. It's not like there. There is an industry there. You actually there's mouths relying on that. You feed people with this industry there, either the comic book owners, shop owners, or or the people that actually work, doing the art and the writing. Yeah. So this is the main thing that I'll be looking at. Yeah, this is just a book, right?
Yes, sir.
One copy. Okay. Now let me ask you something. March 2021. I don't know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow. March 2021. I'll be 84 by then, man.
I set that as a fail safe. That's in case everything goes wrong and we're just delayed out the butt, out the wazoo. Essentially my hope is to get the book out a lot earlier than that. But, I know that this is my first time really producing a comic book, and one of the things I learned from film was that you gotta expect for things to go wrong, and you gotta plan accordingly. So that's what that's all about, really.
Okay, let me just take us to Canales here. Oh shit! Here's Canales again. There you go.
Canales is always here.
He's always here, but something happening here because I put you here, and I let me see if I can. No, now I'm too big. No, wait. Oh, how do I?
Yeah, for some reason, my miniature image, my thumbnail seems to be frozen. I don't know if that's my problem or your problem or what.
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but you're right. It's like it's frozen on the character on my little thumbnail, and here when I blow you up for the whole screen is completely dark. What do you think it is?
Maybe I should try leaving and then dropping back in, see what happens.
That's it. I'll kick you out completely, and then come back in.
I'm just to that.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we got rid of that guy.
God.
Finally. Oh God, they never leave. All right, let me just add this back to the stream, but I don't want this. I want to make it. How do I move this around? It'd be nice if you can actually move the screens on the actual screen layout. We're stuck to these things here. That's not the way. That's not the way. All right. Well, I guess we're stuck to this. Anyway, back here again. No, not this. Here. Okay. So, hey, man, listen, I'm sold already on the story. You know what is the thing I regret the most? Is that it's such a pity that and this is the problem with the constraints of the industry, of having an industry, because then once you got an industry in place, you got constraints, because
Yeah.
art like this, colors like this, deserves a book which is bigger in size, a physical book which is bigger. And that's the thing here in Europe that I gotta say is a pro, yeah? Because here in Europe you have the graphic novels, floppy issues, stapled comics don't exist here as made here in Europe, yeah.
Oh,
You basically
wow.
have graphic novels. They're usually books with spines, yeah, equal to the trade paperback, yeah. That's usually it's a calling card of any comic book made here. It will be something which is maybe is 40 pages long. It still has a little spine. Very rarely, pardon me, very rarely you have a staple comic. It's considered cheap,
Wow. No, I mean,
but that's
that's better.
yeah, but that's what it is. I mean, in terms of handling it, the concept is cheap. It doesn't mean that what is inside is cheap. What is inside is high art. Yeah, but you see, this book, as an example, is what deserves to be a little bit bigger. Like something of an A4. You use that size there, right? Regular Xerox copy page. Yeah, it should be
Hmm.
that size. But nonetheless, you work with what you got. I'm gonna get myself this copy now. Now I will take this off the screen now because I don't want to show my real name.
Well,
Oh, Canales is back. Shit.
it's also good not to show people your bank information.
Yeah, I have no problems with that. Just my name I don't want to show you. All right, you're back, man. Oh, look at that. Boom. All
Isn't
right,
he?
so
Isn't he? I want to punch him in the throat.
no, man. I mean, I don't think he even deserves a punch. A punch is too much for him. It's like giving him a free meal. He doesn't deserve that.
Right. This guy is the kind of guy you should slap with your hand up like a bitch.
Hey, well, what does he have there on his palm? Is it a blue pill in the middle of his hand? Is it a
Oh
little
yes,
blue pill he's holding?
that's a good one. No, he
Ah,
doesn't have. I think I'm just gonna add it like gravitating here, my Mobius style. There you go.
what is he wearing? Is he wearing like something like you would get on eBay, like a pretend Michael Jackson Thriller jacket kind of thing? Is that what he's wearing?
No,
Because he misses his childhood a lot.
he's actually wearing a hoodie, except
Oh, it's a
it
hoodie.
looks
Oh, I see.
yeah, the hood is like pulled back, and it totally looks cooler than it should. But I got inspired by that Brooklyn comedian look that Harry Kondabolu has. That
Mhm,
he looks like he's been dressed by his mom,
mhm, mhm.
and
So
he has like
obviously,
white neck T-shirt that can let you
yeah,
see. You can see his chest hair, like his
yeah,
wispy blonde chest hair. Ew,
yeah, yeah,
fucking hate this
yeah.
guy.
Ben, don't
This
interrupt us, man. We're talking business here, yeah? This is a very
yeah,
important character.
I'll try to get a hold of myself.
Don't laugh at us, Ben. You're laughing at Mark. Mark is a tall guy. This guy's tall, huh? How
I
tall
think
is this guy? Hey, do you have Claudia there? Because we can put them like side by side, the two little
Oh, oh
lovebirds.
shit! No, I left my other originals at my home in Portugalete. I didn't bring
Oh,
them
of
with me.
course.
My suitcase was already heavy enough as it was.
Yeah, fair enough. Claudia is a bit heavy to put in the suitcase. You're right.
Ooh,
That's the last thing you want for anyone to stop you, roadblock, and they go like, "What do you got in your suitcase?" Ah, you don't want to know. Yeah, I
Oh
like Mark,
man.
man. I mean, he's got that upper chest, like trim, and then he's got a bit of he lets himself down halfway through his torso, because he spends way too many hours seated on online, just saying crap on Twitter. That's typical of
trying,
this guy.
trying to cancel actors because 15 years ago they told an off-color joke during a shooting.
I like this guy. Yeah. He looks like he's got also got another layer on top of it. She's like he looks to me unwashed, like the sort of guy that he looks like he grooms
Yeah.
himself well, but maybe he goes 2 days without a shower. What do you think?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this guy don't shower often because so let's say that hygiene standards are patriarchal oppression.
Oh yeah. Well, what sort of footwear is he wearing? I didn't catch that.
He's of course wearing like 200 back Converse shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is
Even
all
though
branded stuff, right? This is all
yeah, he could
expensive
pro-
clothes. Yeah.
yeah, he could probably buy like an imitation pair somewhere for like 20 bucks,
All
something
right.
like that. But
Okay.
once
Okay.
once the real 200 bucks.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. But then he says to everybody, like, okay, this is real Converse, and these are real stuff and real jackets, something, all fake, all shit, all made in the back alley. But yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, yeah, sold. Well, what do you think, Ben? Does he look good?
Oh, absolutely. I'm fairly certain this guy has me blocked on Twitter.
It's got you blocked on Twitter 40 times, man.
Put me in one of those lists, Like
Right
He's,
wing
he's,
shot.
he's got a list that he sent to all the conventions in the US with your name on it, together with 60 other guys. And, complete, what is that list called? Red flag Nazis, something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Misogynistic asshole, whatever. I'm
It's
not
got a
even talking
cover.
about
Sparta. My God.
That list has a cover letter, man, with 16 paragraphs describing the abominations on the list below.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think I'm gonna scan this guy, keep a copy, several copies, because I'm gonna punch the original drawing. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh
yes,
wow.
that brings me up to what I was going to request. Yes, please do start scanning. Oh, god damn it! I was drinking a beer and half of the can just collapsed. Anyway, but hey, you need to start scanning these guys. We need to start putting these things up on Twitter. Name shame all these bastards. I'll ask a couple of people to add some colors to this. What do you think? To have the concept art
That's a great.
colorized, yeah, to make it a bit more tangible.
Hell yeah.
So we can clearly see what we're selling. Yeah, but the whole book is going to be black and white. It's exactly what the book deserves. But I think we're going to open an exception for the concept art. That's awesome. All right. Well, Ibai, you got to get going, or you want to stick around?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and have dinner because it's a beautiful night here in the Mediterranean, and lots of restaurants with decks are open. Surprisingly, I thought that the whole Spanish economy was going to collapse after the
Uh-huh.
lockdowns, but it's to be doing fairly okay.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you're still in good time. The weather must be nice.
Mm. And
Uh,
today is
uh,
cigarette night, and a smoke cigarette after I have dinner.
it's Friday night. It's getting a bit late, but then again, it's Spain, so you always go out
Yeah,
late. And
always late.
you gonna meet any interesting things on the way? Any fauna outside? Any interesting fauna of the female gender this evening? Anything
Well,
planned?
I'm gonna have dinner with my mom, if that counts.
No, that doesn't count.
Says you.
All right. Well, that's it, man. Then thank you very much once again.
Hell
It's another
yeah.
beautiful character. And eBay is going to head out. And Ben, stick around for a little bit more. And I'm just going to check Outlaw Nights again.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll see you gentlemen later next week, most likely.
Yes. Thank you very much, eBay. Have a good time. You're there for a whole week, or are you still going to be there for next Friday?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna be here probably the entire summer. I mean, we can't go anywhere. I think the borders are mostly closed still, so
Oh, now that you're there, that's it. You're stuck. That's great, man. Now
Yep,
you have almost 2 months there until the end of August, maybe September.
yep.
Beautiful, because that's perfect lighting, man. No flickering today.
No, thank you, thank you.
All right.
You're
I'll see you
this is on
later. Have a very good night.
Okay, you
Thank
too,
you,
guys.
Ibai.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Great meeting you, man.
Same.
Oh, you hadn't met him before?
Well, we've met online, but we haven't really met in person.
All right. Okay. Let me go back on Outlaw Nights, man. Let me just my requests are full refund from Indiegogo until July the 13th. That's just
There you
tomorrow,
go.
man. Come on. Continue to payment. Oh no, I gotta agree to the terms and terms of use, terms of abuse.
That's not good.
Wait. Okay, this is the part I didn't want people to see. Yeah, I'm dealing with it now. Now, in the meanwhile, we could cut to some commercials, but I've only started learning how to use this crap now. So, but I've subscribed to the full setup of StreamYard. Start paying for the full package,
Oh
but
wow.
I still get you can put in video clips and sound and all that. So nothing that will ban me from YouTube, like it happened once for 3 months. Thank you very much, but here we go. There you go. You see?
Woo!
Right here.
Hell yeah.
I didn't screen this. I didn't screen cap this from anyone. Is my contribution 119 contribution? There you go. Hey, I thought you had more people there, man. Didn't you had 120 something already?
We do. I have no idea why that's your number.
It's just indiscriminately allocating numbers to backers just like that. There you go. You see, I'm 119 and you have 126. Doesn't make any
Hell
sense.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, well, you do what you have to do. The book takes as long as it takes. I might just not be at the same address comes March 2021. I will update. I will update my address when it comes to. Do you want to share that page, man? If you have there, that's a really lovely page. If you have it at hand and you wouldn't mind, you can.
Let me just give me
screen share it
one
on your
sec.
side.
Yeah, I just gotta pull it up real quick. Wait, clicked on the wrong damn thing.
Wait a second. This guy here on the chat saying the drawings are crap. I'm gonna insult him.
Is that a fan?
No, it's my son.
Oh God.
It's my own kid.
Oh God.
Get out of here.
Good Lord.
Oh, look. YouTube rejected my comment. I think it's spam. Look at it. How can I? Let me share this. Oh, this is hilarious. Look at this. I wrote a reply back. My YouTube rejected my comment. You guys see this crap?
Getting
right here.
rejected on your own channel.
Rejected my own comment in my own channel. Guys, if you ever needed proof that I'm screwed, this is it. I can't believe these guys. Try. This usually means they think it's spam. Oh, that's great. This is the insult to the injury, yeah? They think my comment is spam. Try changing it a bit. Yeah, here's a bit. Screw you, YouTube. And how's that change for you? There you go. Let's see what they say about that. Oh, there you go. This one is fine. Screw you, YouTube. Ah, this one is not spam.
There you go.
I'm destroying my own stream. Oh, here we go.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Yep. This is actually one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I like that man very much, man. Hey, can you remove that little box there on the?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. You zoom in on that. Just make it slightly bigger. By feeling the screen a bit more.
Wait.
You had a plus sign there. That's it. There at the bottom. At the bottom of the screen.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Boom. That's it. Lovely. That's it. All right. You see this perspective? Fucking, I love it, man. That's great. Love that, man. And that's the thing. I always is tough, man. When you do backgrounds and you want to make, especially when you do this kind of cityscape, this kind of skyline, futuristic stuff, and you always like try to find designs that are as diverse as possible. That's great. But
Absolutely.
that building there, which is the gallery, right? The art gallery, is that right?
Yep.
That building with the light or the like really lit up from the inside, and you see the flare there made by the colorist. There's a bit of flare, not much, but there's a bit right on the left side of that building with the orange lighting. Yeah,
Right
you
here.
see the flare. Yeah, you see the flare that he does there going up. That's nice because then if you go down, then that helps to lit up the whole central area of the page, and obviously as you progress all the way to the bottom of the page, then you got the actual ground, the actual floor. There you go. That's nice, huh? You see the reflection of the building there.
Yep.
That's a colorist that knows what he's doing, man, because he's not only doing drop down shadows, he's doing drop down lighting, man. It's now if you zoom out now, you see the whole package. It really works fine. That's lovely, man. The warmth of the colors, they're really nicely set up. The only
Hell
thing I
yeah.
had to say, Mr. Render Contender, right? Great artist, yeah. I would have
Yep.
put these guys in. I mean, I like this first guy, yeah. The
Hmm.
other ones, I know he's trying to grab these guys halfway through a run and make it as realistic as possible. I would choose to go more classical, just having in big, long, striking poses of open, wide legs, like the guy that is on the right side.
Yeah.
I'll make the guy on the middle. I would just make him run like crazy. He's in the middle of a step right now, right? That's what he's trying to capture. I
Yeah.
perfectly get that. I mean, this is just a personal side comment, basically. I would just put him having, you know, uh, that normal pose you get in the middle of a run, of a leap.
Yeah.
I know he's trying to make them as more diverse as possible. But anyway, it's a great budget. I mean, it's like if it's not a 10 out of 10, he's a 9.5 out of 10. That's all I can say, man. I love it. I love
I'll
it.
go with that.
Yeah, and the whole book is like this. I'm
Yep.
sure it is.
That's the plan. I mean, each time I commission a page from him, it's like he's getting better and better with each page.
I know. I mean, and who's doing the layouts for this? I mean, again, you mentioned you don't put a lot of background, kind of discrimination of what you want on the background, right? You just leave it to the artist. But in terms of layouts, you have any you sketch anything for these guys, or it's all down to your artist?
That's all Render. Render has a bunch of sketches that he did of the characters originally that I don't quite know where I stored them, but I gotta contact him about that.
Oh man, just give me a second here, man. Because my kid is pushing me for a fight, man. What are you gonna do, fam? Yeah, you come here, man. Yeah, man. They're gonna say spam, yeah. There you go. Now that keeps him quiet for a second. Right, back to this. Yeah, I'm getting good at this. Yeah, taking screens, putting screens in. All right, so you guys got what is it again? June next year? Oh, March.
March.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? You do very well in doing as giving yourself as much ample room as possible because this goddamn COVID crap is delaying postage. On top of
Yeah.
that, that's bad. I mean, I'm in the middle of we're all in the middle of this problem now with the international shipping. As far as international shipping is concerned, if you're posting from there to here, it's getting stuck in customs. I'm posting
Oh
from here to
God.
there. I heard that stuff goes around the world passes through Japan, goes up to Alaska, and comes back here again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard one of my guys here in UK saying that a package went all around the world, and they had the tracking to prove it. God damn it! I mean, it's just like, I mean, even if eventually gets to the hands of the backer, he arrives in tatters, isn't it? He's completely doesn't matter what sort of envelope you put it. He could have packed that thing into a tank. It goes around the world for 2 months. Nothing survives that, isn't it? It's ridiculous. It's a big concern. Well, am I sharing? Oh no, I'm sharing that. Okay, let me just put it here. I want to go back on the. There you go. I want to go back here.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
What is it? It's a long book, isn't it? It's
Well, right now we're at
Oh,
25 pages, but if we can hit 10K, we're gonna bring it up to 50, and I really want to bring it up to 50.
Okay, so in terms of script, you have all these scripted already, the 50 potential pages, or you're still down at 25 and you're gonna write the rest if
Oh.
you get there.
We have all 50 written out.
Awesome, that's awesome. How do you write, man? You write a bit every day? You write only when inspiration comes? I want to know because I'm completely stuck at the moment.
I'm probably a bad example for that because, yeah, I tend to mainly write when I have just an idea that's burning in my mind, like it's like something that I just got to do. But I mean, there are long stretches of time where I won't write and I need to start practicing writing when I'm not inspired, which is hard.
Okay. So you think that if you have to write an additional I mean, if you have to completely finish off, do a final draft on those 25 pages, if and when it comes to that, which you're probably gonna hit that milestone. To be honest, you say you asked for 10K, right?
Yep.
To get to 50 pages, yeah. You
Yes.
think that will not delay the book at all? You'll be able to get into that zone where you have an influx of creativity and get it on with it, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure there was a question there. 10K. So you're at this is in pounds, I'm afraid, but I can see there the total in dollars. So you're at 7,000. Still have a bit to go. Might be
Yeah,
close,
but I
maybe.
mean, a little less than 3K. I mean, I think we can do that.
Yeah. And you're in demand now, so it's already closed, and now you're gonna leave this open as long as you can, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna, reasonably, I'm not gonna delay the release of the book or anything like that for in demand, but I'm gonna do it as long as I can.
Yeah. I think Indiegogo has this kind of thing that once it drops below a certain amount of donations, a certain amount of backers, fresh backers per month, I think then the in demand they kind of push you to close it, isn't it? I
Yeah.
can't remember if there's a limit on that. It's like 2 or 3 backers a month. I'm not sure, something like that. It's a very small number, obviously.
Yeah.
What is happening with this guy's arm here? I mean, a part that is being cut. I mean, I understand that. I'm not that dumb, but but his tattoo is kind of reverving or something. It's like is that a bionic thing or something to do with him? What is it with this guy?
Well, he's cutting his arm off because that is our villain of the 6-issue arc of Outlaw Nights, known as Taurus, and he is a pirate captain that is on all kinds of drugs, and essentially he does not take any kind of back talk from anybody, including especially his crew. So the second you sass him a little bit, your arm is pretty much gone.
He sounds who I want to be when I grow up.
There you go.
All kinds of drugs and takes no shit.
Exactly.
Perfect.
He is as survival of the fittest as it gets.
So this punk, he says something that he didn't like, and
Yeah.
he was not even offending him directly, was it? He was just mentioned that he made generally a bad choice was made, yeah, and that
Yep.
was it. That was enough. I mean, the guy's a total fascist. Jesus Christ, and he does it with glee as well. And it's like he's very happy to do that, to completely handicap
Absolutely.
this guy for life, and he's his right arm, for crying out loud.
Absolutely.
He was resting his arm there,
But
and there you go, boom.
but you look at all the other guys in the shot; they all have bionic arms.
Oh, I see. Ah, that's nice. That is nice. Only now I added one and one together. Bloody hell.
It took me a few days to get it too.
Yeah, I said I'm not that stupid, but I am slow. Jesus Christ, that's great. So they all, at one point or another, said too many things that they
Yep.
shouldn't have said. But and fair enough. So he's doing a favor to this guy after all, because he's the only guy that does not have the cybernetic implants yet. So
It's only
he's
fair.
about time. He was due. So he's saying, well, there you go. It was your turn, buddy. Oh, it hurts. Yeah, I know, but now you're gonna have bionic arm. Yeah, that's great. Genesis of a Renegade. So the Renegade is your main character, right? And this is pretty much his origin story here. Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah, but the main character is the dude in the security outfit there, actually.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is sort of his transformation from being a very naive, law-abiding type of person to becoming a pirate. So this is his journey, essentially.
I see. Who's that chick?
Code, and she is sort of like the ship's hacker. She messes with security systems and stuff, uploads viruses, and then here and there she will occasionally show up with her badass minigun or with a knife and give people the business.
Uploads viruses. All right, that's all she does.
She's mostly the tech person on the ship, but you don't want to piss her off.
Now these guns that she's holding, that's probably done with some sort of exotic alien material that we haven't found yet, because that must be a heavy piece of hardware. Yeah,
it's the future. It's lightweight.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I got one of those in my own book, but I takes me about 2 pages to describe the why and the how. Here's just with one picture. Okay, suspension of disbelief. There you go. So this guy here takes center stage here on the cover.
Yeah.
So who is this guy then? The bearded guy.
Well, that is Ivory, and he is the captain of the pirate ship known as Hazard. And I can tell you, like, the heart of the story is centered around Cyrus and Ivory's interactions, because they start off pretty much like almost polar opposites of each other. And Cyrus has to kind of swallow his pride and follow this guy's orders and all. And over time, they start to kind of rub off on each other. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, there's a nice dynamics there.
So, like, even though he's technically not the main character, he is very important to the story, and like I consider him kind of like the mascot for Outlaw Nights.
That's nice dynamics there. I mean, usually with sci-fi stories, everything is very cliches, and it is the younger buck trying to test himself, and then the older, more sage, experienced renegade, so to speak. And then they're usually very archetypal characters. So that's nice. Nice that they have a little bit more layers. These guys, and more interesting dynamics to explore there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I took kind of the character relationship from Treasure Island, and just kind of and I kind of reworked it a little bit, where it's like it's not just one character changing from the other. It's like they're both kind of affecting each other.
Interesting. So what are your inspirations for this story then? You mentioned Treasure Island. Anything else in terms of character design and
Oh well,
situations, plots?
definitely. Pirates of the Caribbean was a big one.
Okay.
Ocean's 11 actually helped inspire this a lot.
Oh, so is it gonna be it's gonna be a bit of heist action in this, or it's just the
Yeah,
dynamics of the characters?
yeah, there is going to be some heist kind of stuff going on because I'm emphasizing the fact that it's like as pirates, this isn't like this isn't like a fantasy version of what pirates are. It's like these people are pirates. They smuggle goods. They attack ships and stuff,
Hmm.
and you know they're all about stealing. You know, like
Uh huh.
so it's like I'm combining some elements of like gangster stories a little bit into it because it's like this is piracy in the future. You know.
Right, right, right. Got it, got it. Who's this guy?
That is Wellington, and he's the main villain of this issue. Well, the full 50 pages of this issue.
Right.
He is a British naval officer, and he specializes especially in hunting down pirates.
Hmm. And he
And
probably also said something the other guy didn't like.
well, he's definitely enhanced. You know,
Yeah, got the ass, got legs as well. Bloody hell.
he's had a long
And
career.
right, and these guys are just a couple of his crew members. Yeah.
Well, those are actually mostly just background characters
Oh, okay.
because he arrived on a pirate sort of space station or way station. So they're all just kind of eyeballing him from the side, you know,
Hmm.
mean mugging him.
It looks like you've done a lot of world building for this thing, man. I mean, the way you speak about it, and you have got a lot of scenarios planned for this, and
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
you devise some sort of I mean, apart from the main narrative, did you do a lot of world building on paper for this? I mean, when I say on paper, on your laptop or whatever, but you have a lot of structure to tell the story in, because it sounds like there's a lot there, a big skeleton holding this up, this narrative, because you have
Oh,
the way stations, you have the colonies, you have this, that.
oh, definitely. Very much. Because I've kind of played around with this idea for almost 10 years. Um, but it wasn't originally a comic idea. I was kind of playing with it as a movie idea at first. And then I
Ah,
started thinking about it as like maybe a novel, and I started writing that. And I realized I hate writing novels. So
yeah,
eventually, when Comicsgate sort of brought me back into comics, and I was thinking about how I'd really like to do a comic book, and I was racking my mind for like comic ideas, and then I realized I'm like, well, I've had this idea that I've been sitting on. I might as well try to at least do work it as a comic, and it
right,
it ended up being a lot better as a comic.
right. Yeah, I'm feeling little tones. I don't know if it is from render contender in the art, or maybe it trickled out from your ideas in the script, but I'm feeling stuff from Outland, which is a movie where with Sean Connery, where he plays the head of security in a Mars colony, a miners colony. I mean, the colors here, these kind of design here, and also because these guys, your main character is a security guy, and also I'm feeling a little bit of, obviously not in the characters, but maybe because there seems to be an underlying bigger conspiracy in this story. I feel like bits of Mass Effect as well, which obviously is completely unrelated because it's a video game. But those ones also helped in any way, because I'm feeling that it's pretty cool. This is
So
obviously not a criticism. It's just
oh no, no, it's bizarre because I've honestly never heard of Outlands. um,
Outlander. All right, well, you Outland or Outland. I think it's Outland. Yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool.
no, and that's interesting because actually in my story, the way I sort of structured it, Earth is referred to as the inland, and all the colonies are referred to collectively as the Outlands.
Well, there you go. It's pretty cool. The rock bed has been uh, cut away, and this city is built down, isn't it? I mean, I guess that's the roof. These bits here with the lights are
Well,
the is the
I think
roof, yeah.
that's supposed to be irrigation and crops and stuff
Oh, right,
because the
cool.
city is more in the dome.
Right, got it. Okay, so the actual city is there, and everything else is okay. Got it. Okay. So what do they what are the crops of? I mean, you see, this is great because I'm looking at this, and I'm this is probably just scene filler, and I'm just completely, I'm intrigued by it. I like futuristic designs. I always indulge very much in them, and I don't know if this comes from you or from the artist, but I love all that crap. I like to imagine what the hell is that? What's that? What purpose does that serve? What would
Well, a lot of that did come from me. Because I did have descriptions of like how I wanted the colonies to look and stuff, but the most detail I put in was in my character descriptions.
yeah, yeah, pretty cool, man. Oh, this question mark here. This is you're gonna put my face here, right?
If
That's gonna be me, right?
anybody who buys it, that drawn in tier, it's got the chance.
Oh, I gotta buy it. Okay. You want in this one here, yeah?
Yep.
And you say it's like you're gonna be a pirate. Choice. So pirate security team member, our patron. Okay. Are you gonna show in advance the pages where you're gonna have the option of choosing one of these characters to have the face on, or
Um,
you're gonna leave it as a secret?
um, I may try to do something like that. It just kind of depends on where we are with the book
Uh-huh.
in about a month or so. But
Okay.
I definitely want to I want people to know like they have options. Yeah.
Uh-huh. See, that was a curveball question, huh? Your defense lawyer didn't get you ready for that one, did he? All right, Steam coming out. See, I like all these details. Obviously now this Steam here and the design. This takes me back to Alien. I dig all this stuff. I dig when the artist takes his time to pick and choose his environments, and then put them all together in a way that they work together.
Absolutely.
It's there's no point on just throwing things at a page. It's cool is to throw them at a page and make some sense out of it. So,
Absolutely.
all right, man. Back to the main page then. So here we go. That's Outlaw Nights. Genesis of the Renegade. That's the name of the actual first issue, right?
Right.
On the cover, that the name of the book is Outlaw Nights. I mean, the name of the story as a whole, the 6 issues, is just Outlaw Nights, right?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the whole Outlaw Nights issue number 2, number 3. I wanted to have kind of a cool subtitle for each issue.
Yeah. Anyone looking for anyone devising a sci-fi story and is looking for a cool name, I suggest this walk to a pharmacy and look at all the medicines names. I've done that.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool. I just noticed that the other day. I was looking at the shelves with all the medicines, and I went one of them was called Nexium, and I was like, oh, it sounds pretty cool. Nexium. All right. Well, what's next? Then the next one was Polynure. Wow. Polynure. These things call out to you. It's like Redontrium. It's help out diarrhea.
Oh, lordy.
Renondrum. But hey, you just pick up the name. You're not going to explain what is it for. It's just, I'm going to start making notes of this, man. Names for characters, places. Nexium would be a great name for a book. I can just see the logo, Nexium, like the M would just come down, and have a little glow at the end or something. It'd be great. I'm not gonna play the video though. I can play the video, but I don't know. Do these things crash here on StreamYard?
I haven't had that issue yet, but
They don't slow down or anything, no? All right. Well, there you go.
hell
Looking
yeah.
cool. Hey, I don't know how to share the sound yet, man. That's a step too far. Yeah? Just I'm sharing the visuals.
Well, that's cool because I mean, we really only have music as the sound
It's
for
just
this one.
I can stop here when these subtitles or title cards. Manifest Destiny 2.0. What is Manifest Destiny? Manifest Destiny?
Yeah, that was a term I learned about from history stuff. Basically, Manifest Destiny was when the nations of Europe all were competing for territory in the New World, and it was basically like they believed that God had inspired them to go conquer new lands and all that. Like it was this spirit of colonization.
Oh, right. I didn't know about that. That's pretty cool.
So it's basically like, I'm basically showing that like history's repeating itself, where it's like now that there's new lands to conquer, the nations of Earth are all competing once again, at each other's throats, talking shit.
Hey, speaking about talking shit, man, look at this, man. What's going on here in the chat? What's this? Just wait when you see the body, you'll be running. Oh, just wait when you see the body, you'll be running. And then we got here Broken Beanie Gaming. What the hell? Oh, he tag team one of his friends. Oh, I see. I think you go goats. I'm getting one tip for the boy. What is this kind of lingo? What is this? Goddamn punks, man. Come on, punks. Come on, punks. Come on, punks. I'm here. Come on, Ben is here with me. Ben, you're gonna take care of them, yeah? They come. I go inside, yeah. You take care of it, yeah. I mean, they're little. These guys are little. Don't worry.
You want me to fight your son?
Fight all of them, man. They're not actually little. They're grown up now. Okay, man. Listen, I gotta go. I mean,
That's cool.
I'll love to keep you on, but I'm trying to keep these streams down to 1 hour ish.
Yeah.
I went above the usual time because obviously, I invited you on, so I wanted to show the book and all that, as promised, as we had been talking already for some time. So, I stretch it a bit. I would love to do a whole show just for this and just keep on chilling and talking for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then bring other guys and all that. But being this the Friday night stream of Gnomes Attack, I have to leave it here, man. I'm so sorry, but
it's cool.
We'll try to get you again another time.
Hell yeah.
But there you go. We shared the book and Ben's book. So Outlaw Nights on Indiegogo right now for anyone wanting to check it out. I should be able to add your campaign link under the description of this video. It's a big long description of this video. There might be right at the bottom, but anyway, for anyone else apart from the punks in the chat, so this has been another episode of When Gnomes Attack, and we're still on the designing character stage before we actually move on to the sequential pages, and then eventually we do a campaign of this, which is going to have 2 backers, Ben and one of the putos in the chat, one of the kids in the chat. Putos is kid in Hispanic, so, just in case nobody knew that. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna end this now. You can stick around for just a little bit longer, but I'm ending this now because I gotta go and take some Nexium. Okay, everybody subscribe to this crap, yeah? Press like. Bye bye. Say bye bye, Ben.
See y'all later.
Bye bye. Oh, I hate